Hi everybody, this is Alan from Pipe9. In this video, what I'm going to do is introduce you to a new feature in Skillme called Skillplan. The idea behind Skillplan, it sets up employees, team members, managers, team leaders to have the most effective career development discussions as they can possibly have. Those connect discussions whereby they really focus on the learn and grow plan for a team member, for an employee. So what we've done in Skillme, I'm just going to jump into Skillme here. What we've done is, and I'm at the point in Skillme whereby I've completed my perspectives, and what I'm starting to do here, look, is move some of these skills that I'm going to prioritize for the next period over into my priorities column. So let's just take a couple of these. Let's take relationship building. Let's take sales thought leader across. I'm going to take challenger mindset across. Let's say take sales targeting. So I'm starting to build a view of what my skill development priorities are for the next period. Now, as we know, at the very same time that we're doing this, managers are going through exactly the same process. Managers can complete their perspectives. And of course, managers can see the priorities that are being set by team members, and they can suggest additional priorities that they think are going to be important to this team member. In this case, the team member is a seller called Mason. And I'm still in the manager view here. I'm going to filter on Mason. Let's see Mason's view, and I'm just going to expand the manager's view out in Teams here. So the manager can now see those skills that Mason has set for himself. The manager might want to kind of move, look, let's say the sales strategy skill, and put that across into Mason's priorities list. You see it says suggested by you. Now, what the manager could also do at the very same time, look, is they can click on any of these skills that Mason has prioritized for himself. They can go into experiences, and what they can do here is that they can add additional experiences that they think will be relevant to Mason. So we can say, you know, shadow Harry as he prepares for the challenger pitch to, let's say, American Airlines in this case. And what we're going to do is that's created by, in this case, Mason's manager, Jack, and we're going to assign it to Mason. Jack's going to assign it to Mason. Work with Harry. Harry's the person, the team member that Jack is proposing, but Mason shadows. Start date for this shadowing is going to be 30th, and we're going to, he's going to suggest that runs through until the end of April. And what Jack can do is just save that particular experience. Now, when Jack has done that, if I just come out of there and I now go back to Mason's view, here's Mason's view, and I'm just going to refresh Mason's view here for a second of Mason's skills prior period. We're just going to do a quick refresh here. And when Teams refreshes Mason's view of Mason's skill priorities, we'll see a couple of things now happening here. First and most obvious thing is that Mason can now see those skill priorities that they've set for themselves here. And they can also see that additional skill that's been suggested by their manager. I'm just going to expand this here. They can see that additional skill here, like strategic plan suggested by Jack. But if we go into, Mason goes into challenger mindset and now goes into experiences. Mason can see not only the experiences that he has added for himself, but you can also see those experiences, like in this case, Shadow Harry, as he plays the challenger pitch that have been suggested by Jack, Mason's team leader, Mason's manager. So on the basis of the experiences shape our growth, this is what we're looking to do. We're looking to add in those experiences that we think are going to have the biggest impact on developing a challenging mindset. One of the skills we're prioritizing for this next Connect period. And Mason can obviously add his experiences, and Jack can suggest experience. Now, all of this information is really important information that we need to have for our Connect conversation, because we want to talk about the priorities that we've set. And then we want to talk about the things that we're doing, these experiences that we're having, that we're focused on going through, developing to help us develop the skills that we've prioritized. Now, all this information, if I go into Skillplan now, is collected by Skillplan. Skillplan picks it all up. At the top of Skillplan, it provides an overall check of where you are, where in this case Mason is in terms of completing perspectives, setting priorities, and also syncing with Jack. But you'll see underneath, all those priorities will appear in the skill plan that Mason has set for himself through this next period. And when Mason now clicks into any one of these particular skills, and we were working, remember, on the challenger mindset skill, I click on plus sign here, all of those experiences will now show up underneath that particular skill that Mason has prioritized and will form part of Mason's skills plan. Now, of course, what Mason can also do, if you go back into Challenger Mindset, you'll notice, if I go back into experience here, you will also notice that we've added a little comments button. So for any of these skills, I can actually add comments that will also kind of track the progress that I'm making here. You know, what is working well? How are you applying what you were learning? What more support do you need? It turns out these are exactly the same comments that are required by the Connect process itself, required that you enter as you prepare for these important Connect conversations. These are, you know, an important part of the conversation for you to be able to, you know, talk about what is working well, how have you been applying what you're learning, what more support do you need. All this information can be entered here as part of the experience. And guess what? When I go back into Skill Plan here, and I go back into that skill plan and I click on Challenger Mindset, I'm going to click on the plus sign here. You'll notice that we've got boxes like called out, you know, what is working well, how are you applying, what additional support, you know, and all this now appears as part of the skill plan. And it gets even better here because I can now click on, if I just scroll back up, I can click on download PDF here. I'm just going to click on download PDF. And what happens with Skill Plan is a little PDF automatically gets created here, and I can open up that file. And you'll notice that all of this information now appears in a PDF. Here it is, the overall view at the top, and then a view of the progress I'm making against each one of these skill priorities, with all the commentary will appear as part of the PDF. And of course, you can save this PDF. And you can upload this PDF into the Connect tool, such that when your manager goes into that, when you go into the Connect, when you have that Connect discussion, this is the template that you can now step through as part of the conversation. You have that learn and grow conversation, such that you can have the most effective conversation as you possibly can have, because it makes that conversation a purposeful conversation, because it's based upon your priorities, it's based upon experiences, it's based upon the progress that you're making with associated support, like, you know, what's working well, how you're applying, and importantly, what more help do you need. So that's Skill Plan. That's a new Skill Plan that we've added into SkillMe. It's actually going to be available live in the application as from April the 11th. That's from April 11th. Well, thanks for watching. There's some more videos available on our YouTube site and available from our website to go through some of the other capabilities of SkillMe. But thanks very much for watching. Thank you.